Yo guys, now welcome back to this new stream here on the channel, and on today's stream we're going to discuss the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market because yes, today Bitcoin starts to be pumping again, and by the way, right now we just as well printed a new 1 hour candle, and on today's video we're going to go over, of course, what we are going to be expecting on this 1 hour candle. We're going to go over all these kinds of details about what we're currently seeing and what we are basically expecting, and of course on how I'm approaching the market right now here with my trades. So if you want to be finding out about all these kinds of stuff here, don't forget to right away slap up that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell notification so you're definitely not going to miss out on any of the further content that we are going to drop out here on the channel. And with that being said, guys, let's jump right away in towards the charts. So if we're going to go in towards the charts, we can right away see some very interesting things playing out, right? So first of all, yesterday we were looking at a very strong horizontal level on the 1 hour candles. Of course, we have never seen a 1 hour candle going below this level since, of course, approximately the 1st of October. So this is of course a particularly important level that Bitcoin was willing to hold on towards, and of course I said it several times before as well here, is that Bitcoin has to hold on towards this 46.5k level, or basically the lower range of this green box here, because if we are failing to hold on towards this level, and if Bitcoin is eventually going to be, of course, see a continuation towards the downside getting generated from this point, this could be leading towards, of course, a continuation towards the downside. So far, pretty interesting what we're seeing right now here, and yeah, we can clearly see we were holding up towards this level, and for myself, yeah, I use this level for accumulating a new position, and so far, yeah, I've been in a little bit of a profit, not all too big yet here, but I've said it several times before, I'm currently using the levels that we're trading on as a reaccumulation phase here, because what my strategy right now is here is that I accumulated a Bitcoin position on the market. As soon as the market is going to see another continuation down getting from this level, I will be accumulating more Bitcoin and more and more and more along the way down here. So that is going to be at least my strategy, and of course my strategy will be here. The further Bitcoin will be dropping from this point, the more quantity I will be adding to my position. So my average entry price is around to 47k, and if the market comes down further towards the 44.4k, we'll be adding more, and if the market comes down more to 42k, I will be adding even more. So that is going to be my strategy for the swing trade on Bitcoin, because personally, if I'm going to zoom out, if I'm going to look at daily time frames, etc., I do personally think the reversal is extremely close, and I do personally right now think I could be making some very good profits on this market by swinging it right now towards the upside, and that is the reason why I'm going to do so, and that's the reason why I'm right now taking this minor position towards the upside on my Bitcoin holdings. So I'm looking forward towards how this is going to be playing out, but so far, yeah, it is doing a particularly good job after searching up towards highs, yeah, after retesting the 46.6k level. But right now, Bitcoin is trading once again against resistance, and this level should have been right here, but you can clearly see over here previous resistance and support, previous resistance and support, previous support, previous resistance and support over there, and right now again I personally do think that we're going to see another touch getting created here, and yeah, like you can currently see here, we're right now trading against resistance, and this resistance level has to getting broken here, and personally, yeah, so far it looks to be that we're really creating a very significant surge through of this level, and of course after, yeah, filling up this CME gap, of course, that we were looking at earlier, like you can see over here, we had the CME gap around the 48k, we filled it, and right now we could be for sure see this potential increasement back towards the higher ranges once again getting created here. But yeah, someone is saying, why so bearish? It's not bearish here, it's only that I have set up several levels. Let's say I personally expect the market is going to go up. If the market goes up from this point, I'm going to make some very good gains, right? So if the market is going to continue its way up from this point, I'm going to make very good gains. But if the market keeps continuously falling towards the downside, and if the market reverses, I will be able to add more to my position to eventually make more profits, and I will be covering myself in every single scenario we could be heading towards. So that's the reason why I'm using this pyramid trading accumulation strategy, because if you're using the pyramid trading accumulation strategy here with leverage trading Bitcoin, if you're anticipating a big market reversal, I do think that you're then going to be making the most amount of profits. So that is a thing that I am looking forward towards right now here as well. a thing that we could be looking at is, of course, this downward slope resist line that we're going to be approaching in the coming days or coming hours ahead of ourselves, depending on how fast Bitcoin could be accelerating from up this point. But first of all, what I'm right now looking for is, of course, a 1 hour candle close above this red box of resistance, this 48.6k level. Personally see this as an extreme strong level of accumulation. And like you can see over here, provided this resistance several times before, and right now, as soon as we do come to close a 1 hour candle above this level, yeah, then we're going to see, of course, a continuation towards the upside getting generated from up that range here. So I'm personally really looking forward towards what we could be getting from up that point. So far, not really confirmed a breakthrough yet here, because like you can see, previously around, we got rejected by this range high several times before, and I personally will be anticipating a breakthrough as soon as we're going to close a 1 hour candle above of this range. But personally, yeah, we could be expecting today some extreme big amounts of volatility for Bitcoin, and if we're going to look at a lot of volatility, I want to be seeing Bitcoin as well maybe potentially break through the top side of downward sloping resistance. So if we could be as well break this downward sloping resistance from the highs here, this could be having a wider bullish effect on the market. This could be having a wider exciting effect basically in the market, what could be leading towards further price surges towards higher ranges, of course, on this market. So that's the thing I'm looking forward towards. If we're going to look at the 1 hour RSI, we can see that we're not forming a bearish divergence right now, and everything is looking pretty stable. So we're not really anticipating a correction towards the downside, or we're not necessarily anticipating a movement for a minor correction in the market because we're seeing a bearish divergence whatsoever. So far, the trend is looking quite healthy. And of course, I always say the trend is your friend till it ends. And right now, on this trend over here, you can clearly see higher lows getting formed together with higher highs. So on the 1 hour candles, we're right in a minor uptrend. Of course, if we're going to go through towards the 4 hourly time frame, yeah, we can then clearly see still Bitcoin has been forming lower highs along the way down here together with lower lows. So on the bigger time frames, Bitcoin is still looking a little bit more bearish, and Bitcoin is still looking a little bit more weak. And of course, we could be looking at this major parallel channel structure. And of course, if we're going to approach this major parallel channel structure, you can clearly see, yeah, Bitcoin got rejected quite a lot here and got supported quite a lot by this parallel channel structure. And so far, this is going to be a trend that we're trading in. And then once again, going to say here, yeah, the trend is your friend till we end here. And on the 4 hourly time frame, the trend is very significantly in a downtrend in this case. So the Bitcoin market is moving down very rapidly. It is moving down in a very, yeah, fast pace, basically, we could say. And that is the reason why we're right now seeing, of course, the market descending so quickly. And right now, of course, we can clearly see lower highs getting formed here. And in order to break this trend here, first of all, we want to be seeing a higher high getting formed, but together as well with the breakthrough of this downward sloping resistance line. And that could be, of course, eventually lead towards further price surges towards higher ranges. And of course, if we're going to look at different momentum indicators, we can clearly see momentum in terms of the moving averages on the MACD are definitely increasing. So while price action still comes down here, we do see that the momentum on the MACD, momentum on the RSI as well is climbing back up here. So price action, yeah, still dropping off here, but behind the chart, we can clearly see the momentum is shifting back towards the bulls, and the sellers, the bears are basically getting pretty exhausted in the downtrend that we're trading in. Because yeah, to be very honest, we have been trading as well in quite a big of a downtrend. And of course, if you're going to be selling off your Bitcoin right now, I mean, I should never done. I mean, over here as well, eventually, was it smart for selling off your Bitcoin? No, this is going to be a wider, good accumulation phase, and especially this range over here. Is it smart to sell off your Bitcoin right now on the levels of 48k? I personally say no. I personally see this as a very strong accumulation range here, like I said several times before. Yeah, Bitcoin could be still come down a little bit, and that's the reason why I still set several limit orders up to accumulate more tokens here. Of course, my next accumulation range is going to be the $45,000 for Bitcoin. So let's say Bitcoin is going to curve down here, and let's say Bitcoin is going to create some bearish momentum here on the market. I will be looking for accumulating the $45,000 as my next accumulation range. And of course, if we're going to fail to hold on towards that level, it's going to be around the $42,000, where I will be once again at double quantity. So I'm very much looking forward towards where the market is right now heading towards, and yeah, where we could be anticipate the market is going towards from this point. So yeah, I'm looking forward towards it, but I do think the gains could be run up pretty high here. So please do not miss out on this major opportunity we're currently getting generated on the market, because these opportunities only occur once a few times here. They don't really occur that much here, to be honest, in the market. So that's pretty exciting. Pretty lovely to see, of course, on the 4-hourly candles. If we're going to look at some trend lines and some horizontal lines, yeah, I can clearly see, yeah, we are still forming this this descending triangle. Of course, descending triangle is a typical more of a bearish bias pattern. This could be still as well break towards the downside. That is for sure possible. But what we can currently see here is that so far, we have been looking very healthy. No hidden bearish divergence is getting formed between these highs, of course, right now. But of course, as soon as Bitcoin is going to increase very quickly and the RSI is going to shoot above this one, and we're still forming a lower high, yeah, we could be creating a hidden bearish divergence. But eventually, like I said, as well on the 1-hour time frame, I do want to be seeing this this top side of this trend line getting broken. As soon as Bitcoin does break this downward sloping trend line, yeah, then we could be looking towards massive continuations, and then we could be really starting to be looking for, yeah, Bitcoin increasing very rapidly in its space towards the upside again here. So that is going to be a thing that I'm looking forward towards. Of course, we have been talking about as well the 1-hour candles holding up this this range of support, but you can clearly see as well the 4-hourly candles so far. This is an extremely important level for Bitcoin to hold on towards. And like you can see in front of your screen right now, yeah, so far this level has been proving itself as well. It's an extreme strong level of support. Like you can see, it bounces back over there as well, and this is going to be an important level to keep your eyes wide open on. In terms of the middle line here, yeah, we're not seeing anything special playing out, to be honest. If we're going to be looking at some VPVR, so if we're going to look at where the volume resistance and support is, you can clearly see on the level that we're right now trading on. So on this level of the 48.3k, we're trading on the volume range support or resistance right now, in this case resistance. So what this basically means here is that the most amount of volume in the range that we're right now looking at, of course, in this downwards range here between the 52k towards the 41k, the most amount of volume has been traded on the 48.3k. So that is going to be the most critical level to trade above here, and currently we're trading against this level. So we're retesting this resistance line here, and hopefully Bitcoin, of course, right now still 2.5 hours before closing its 4-hourly candle, could be closing its candle above of this range here. Because if Bitcoin is going to be closing its 4-hourly candle above of the range high of the volume level, this could be having a wider positive effect here. Because usually the majority of the volume trade in a certain range here is going to be providing the majority of the resistance. So please take this as well in consideration. It's a very, very important thing to look at right now here. And of course, it's going to be important to see Bitcoin closing its 4-hourly candle above it. As well, we're going to look at the Fibonacci from the swing high to swing low. Let's remove all the drawings for a second to make it a little bit more clear for you guys. So if we're going to set up a Fibonacci from swing high to swing low here, we could be identifying some resistance targets here. And of course, if we're going to identify some resistance targets and support, you can see clearly in the past here, the 0.5 range here has been providing a lot of resistance, as well providing a lot of support over there. And right now we're retesting it, and already for 4-hourly candles, like you can see over here, we got rejected by this range here. And right now, we're once again got rejected by it. So the 48.7k is going to be the 0.5 in this Fibonacci, and this 0.5ak, the 48.8k, 48.7k is going to be as well, once again, a very important level to see Bitcoin closing its 4-hourly candle above here. And so we have right now still another 2 hours and 45 minutes in this 4-hourly candle, and we do want to be seeing this 4-hourly close basically above 2 levels in order to see continuation and in order to even flip more bullish for the coming hours ahead of ourselves. So yeah, very much looking forward towards what we're right now going to get, but so far it's looking pretty interesting, and we're going to keep you guys up to date on depending on where this 4-hourly candle is going to close. But so far it's looking pretty strong here, but a close above the 48.7k could be even having a more bullish effect on this market. So I'm looking forward towards how it's going to be playing out, but so far it is still looking quite decent here on the market, to be very honest. And then let me move in towards the daily time frame, because the whole reason why I have been accumulating this swing trade position on Bitcoin is because of the daily time frame, of the higher time frames. Because if you're going to be accumulating a swing trade position, I should always say here, please look at bigger time frames. Please look at the wider scale. Please zoom out if you're right now planning to take a swing here, because a swing in the market is not that like the 1-hour candles are going to be flipping bullish for the coming 2 hours. No, if you're going to be accumulating a swing trade position, you're going to look at the 4-hour time frames for, of course, a good accumulation range, and then you're as well going to look at the daily time frame about what to expect for the larger scale here, what to expect for the coming month ahead of ourselves. And personally, if I'm going to expect look right now towards the market, then what to expect for the coming 30 days ahead of ourselves right now, I personally think we're going to get a very steep climb towards the upside. Is it going to be happening today? Once again, going to say that no, most likely it's not going to be happening today, because these things could be taking, of course, quite a while here. But what we are going to be saying, and what I will be saying to you guys out there, is that, like, if we're going to look to this market, we can clearly see we're forming a falling wedge. And together, if we're going to be enabling momentum indicators, we can clearly see price action keeps dropping off towards the lows here. And while the price action keeps dropping off towards the lows here, we're forming higher lows here on the RSI. So first of all, right now on the daily time frame, we're seeing an bullish divergence on the RSI getting generated. Of course, if I'm as well going to enable the money flow index, we're going to see several bullish divergences getting formed here, because money flow is increasing its valuation, price action is decreasing in its valuation. So we're seeing several bullish divergences getting formed on the money flow index. Then as well, if we're going to look at the MACD is right now forming as well higher lows here on its trend here. While it's forming higher lows on the histogram, the price action on Bitcoin is still forming lower lows. So we're seeing a triple bullish divergence getting formed here right now in the market. So 3 different momentum indicators are right now once again telling us, and of course I'm saying this to you guys here because I want to be raising the awareness about the major opportunity you right now have here on this market. But right now, the 3 different and the 3 most important but the 3 most important momentum indicators are right now telling you to be bullish on this market. And those 3 momentum indicators right now are telling you to be excited and to be expecting a market reversal, because those are right now telling us we're going to be forming bullish structures. That we are right now forming bullish structures, but the price action still doesn't reflect it yet here. But that is always a thing that comes afterwards. Of course, I have been calling the July reversal. I've been calling the September reversal perfectly. And as well, you know what I did in September? In September, I accumulate a long trade position approximately on the 23rd or 22nd of September. I had it on the average price over here. My trade has been on the water for quite a while here. I made literally $300,000 with this long trade I accumulated in September, with only an approximately 40k or 50k my own initial. I invested $50,000 and I made $300,000 profit within 1.5 months here. And right now, I'm going to do the same, and I'm planning to even make more profits, because right now, once again, I've been accumulating this position here on BYBIT. I'm personally right now planning to take my trade here as well towards new all-time highs, towards 70k, 80k for Bitcoin. I'm planning to do so, and of course take profits along the way up, of course. So I'm looking forward towards doing this, and of course right now my first steps for this accumulation has been started on my trade here. Of course, if you want to be trading the market as well, don't forget to sign up here with that link description, because BYBIT is currently still offering you a $4,100 deposit bonus. But yeah, my moral of the story here, if you want to be accumulating a major swing trade position, please don't do it once the market is pumping. If you want to be accumulating swing trade positions, always use a pyramid strategy. Never go all in at some place. And Mr. Mogul, thank you for the super chat, of course. King Mr. Mogul here, did you miss me? Please check Rune if you missed my chat. Write hashtag Mogul Rover. Of course. I will check Rune in a second for you, my man. If you miss me in the chat, write Mr. Okay, that's pretty funny. But I will be going over Rune in a second here, but first finishing on my thoughts on Bitcoin, of course. But guys, yeah, I'm going to just once again accumulate similar swing trade positions on Bitcoin, just like I did last time around here. What I always do here is that I'm going to be transparent once again with you guys, because I have been transparent here in September, where I showed all the steps I took here to accumulate this position. And of course right now I'm doing the same here, because I will be showing this trade again here with you guys out there on the channel, because yeah, not every single trade I share with you guys, because yeah, I do have some privacy as well. But this is going to be a trade I'm going to share with you guys all the way up here, to share you guys the profits, what we're going to be making with this trade here. Right now, I only invested 0.27 Bitcoin, but of course, I only invested 0.27 Bitcoin right now here is because it's going to be a swing trade. And of course, if the market right now comes down towards this 44.9k level, I will be adding another 0.5. And of course, if the market then goes to 42k, I will be adding another Bitcoin. And if we're going to go then down, I'm going to add another 2 Bitcoins. And of course, I personally do not think that we're going to go much lower than that point. But if we're going to go, I will be using more Bitcoin to even build up further and further and further and further on. So I'm looking forward towards what we're going to do here. But personally, I think on the wider scale, we could be anticipating a market reversal. Maybe not today. Maybe we could be still see levels around 44k getting reached here, like I said several times before. And then we're going to reverse. But the reverse is at least very close here. And that is, of course, the thing that we can see here on the daily time frame. So I'm looking forward towards what we're going to get and generate from at this point. So I'm personally already getting pretty excited about it. And hopefully you guys are the same here, and that's crush this market altogether. I definitely can't wait for that. Of course, on the weekly time frame as well, guys. If you have not seen this is definitely a thing that you should see here. Weekly time frame currently forming a hidden bullish divergence. So like you can see on the left side of the screen here, and hidden bullish divergence is basically once the price action is still forming a higher high here, and while the indicator is forming a lower low here. So like you can right now see here, just next to my face here, you can clearly see price action forming higher lows here. Like you can clearly see price action forming higher lows. Excuse me, why can't I select it here? Higher lows getting formed on the price action, lower lows getting formed here on the RSI, and this is, of course, resulting in a weekly bullish divergence, weekly hidden bullish divergence, I should say here. And such kind of a hidden bullish divergence on the weekly time frame is definitely a very, very exciting one, and such a divergence on the weekly time frame is pretty crazy and pretty significant. So please do not miss out on these very strong opportunities in the market, because if you're not going to be anticipating them, if you're anticipating the market is still going to see a further continuation down after a hidden bullish divergence on the weekly time frame, several momentum divergences on the daily time frame, I think you're ignoring a very big signal on the market right now, and that is at least not suiting towards my strategy. Maybe it suits towards your strategy, but my strategy right now here, I will be right away explain it. My strategy is purely to trade on momentum on Bitcoin. It does right now tell me to be, of course, accumulating my positions right now and to be bullish for the coming 30 days ahead of ourselves. I personally think if I say bullish for the 30 days ahead of ourselves, I think if we're going to look at where Bitcoin is right now trading on, we could be trading at approximately 20 or 25% higher in 30 days from now on. And that's the reason why I am right now accumulating this swing trade position. So I'm looking forward towards that right now here. So some people as well keep talking about potential head and shoulders on the market. I mean, if you're going to look at a head and shoulders with an upper sloping support line and where the right shoulder is not even formed yet, I think it's a little bit irresponsible, because if you're going to look at a head and shoulders with an upper sloping support line, you first of all can still see increasing lows getting formed here, and while you're still forming higher lows on the market, you're still in an uptrend. So I said it several times before, if you're going to be trading a head and shoulders, please trade it with a horizontal neckline and not with an upper sloping headline, because an upper sloping headline is usually going to be showing you a little bit less significance than you do want to be seeing, of course, because that, yeah, you see shows us not the same amount of strength for the bears, of course, than you normally see, of course, on these kinds of markets. So maybe, of course, some people are still going to talk about, I mean, there were some talks about head and shoulders as well over here, but head and shoulders usually, I mean, they're not the strongest balance right now on Bitcoin, and of course this is also not a very clear one. So once you're seeing head and shoulders, you do want to be seeing just a clear left shoulder head and a right shoulder, and of course a clear touch points on your horizontal support line. So I'm looking forward towards what we're going to get from that point, and I'm excited. I can't wait to see what's going to be happening right now. 1 hour candle on Bitcoin, not a lot of interesting things happening and playing out on this 1 hour candle right now here. But so far, yeah, it's as well right now Wednesday, and I think Wednesday today is going to be like the USA going to be announcing. Oh, sorry, Rover, what do you make of the USA news and the Fed announcement later? Yeah, so probably later today there's going to be this Fed announcement, and that could be having a bullish effect on Bitcoin, and or maybe a bearish effect, depending, of course, on what's going to be happening here. But let me see what we're going to get, of course. So it's going to be pretty exciting. I don't know exactly how late it is going to be here, but we just will be waiting for the meeting to finish. And if we're going to get positive news out there, yeah, we could be seeing a massive Bitcoin pump later today. And there could be, in general, a lot of volatility later today here with the Fed meeting today here. So I think it's very, very exciting here what we are going to get here. So Philip is saying VPAD launches today. What do you think? Is VPAD launch today here? Is that true? Let me quickly check up on that here, because you have to be careful. There are a lot of scam tokens out there as well. But is the launch today? That is pretty crazy. I was not aware that they were going to be launching today. I thought it was probably taking a little bit longer here. But yeah, pretty cool that they're going to launch their token already today. And let's see what they're going to get here. What do I think about it? I think it's a very good token. I think it's an It's a very good token with a lot of utility, and it could be, of course, see a very significant increase in valuation from this point. So I'm real quickly searching up if they're really getting launched today here. Are they really getting launched today? I'm quickly searching it up here for you guys out there. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. So let me see what the chat is saying right now here about it. But I don't know. Let me know if is it really launching today. I can't find it anywhere. He's too bullish to see the bearish divergence. What are you talking about? On 1 hour candle, we're not seeing bearish divergence. 4 hour candle, no bearish divergence yet here. Daily time frame, no bearish divergence yet here. So maybe at lower time frames, but not really a thing I'm looking in towards. Let me see. It is launching today. It's 2 o'clock Fed time. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Only the website is launching today. Oh, that's the difference. It's not the token, but the website is launching today. That's pretty cool. Yeah, looking forward towards it, how it's going to be playing out here now, what kind of effect it will be having on this market. Yeah, definitely looking forward towards it. So yeah, let me look in Rune real quickly, because that was a thing I was going to be looking in towards, of course. So Rune, of course, still came down pretty massively from those highs here, and yeah, like you can see here, still trading particularly low here. Downward slope of resistance line getting formed. Upper slope support line got broken. Since then, we moved down pretty quickly towards the lower sides here. Of course, I personally still see this level getting holding on here. But yeah, so far it's not really showing the significance you want to be seeing here. So far, Rune keeps continuously going down here. But while we're seeing we're seeing some bullish divergence getting formed here. So pretty interesting what we're having. So lower lows getting formed on the market, higher lows here on the price actually getting formed. So hopefully this is going to be leading towards a continuation towards the upside. But personally, yeah, bullish divergence is always going to be having a little bit more of a bullish edge here on such kind of a market. So that is going to be for sure a thing that I'm going to look forward towards, and that's going to be for sure a thing what we could be anticipating anytime soon here. So I'm looking forward towards it, what we're going to be getting from off this point here. And I definitely can't wait to see what we're going to get from all of these ranges that we're right now trading on. But yeah, let me go back to the right chart here. Yes, like this. So yeah, Rune is indeed forming a bullish divergence on the daily time frame. Could be having a wider positive effect. But yeah, since they did delay their launch of their mainnet, yeah, it could be taking a little bit longer till they're officially going to be seeing some more spikes towards the upside, and of course still they're going to see some more volatility towards higher ranges. I've been saying it several times before. Is it going to be the best buy? I don't know for sure. Is it right now going to be seeing a further continuation down? We don't know for sure, really depending on what Bitcoin is going to do, because eventually these altcoins are going to be moving in the same way where Bitcoin is moving towards. Deal with that, because that's just how it's going to be playing out here. So what we should be looking at right now here is that, okay, we have to be looking at Rune on where this market of Rune, where the Bitcoin market is heading towards. Because if the Bitcoin market is looking bullish right now, yeah, we could be anticipating Rune to see as well an increasement. But like we have said several times before on the channel, at least I personally think Bitcoin is very close towards a reversal. Maybe not today, but in the coming days ahead of ourselves, we're most likely going to get a reversal for the Bitcoin market. And as soon as we're going to see that reversal coming towards us on the Bitcoin price section, I personally think Rune is going to curve with it as well, and most likely in a little bit more of a faster pace here. So right now, what should I say? I personally think, yeah, we're pretty good here as well. We're going to still look at the horizontal range over here, right? You can still see this is a previous resistance, support range. So far still holding on towards it, and if Bitcoin is going to see its reversal, it's going to be having a wider positive effect together with the bullish divergence we're currently creating. Can it go lower? Yes, it can go much lower than this point, but so far it's still forming higher lows on the higher time frame, so that's of course still looking good here. But yeah, pretty interesting. It's not a lot of more to say about it, to be very honest. On the weekly time frame, we can see massive consolidation. So yeah, let's see where it's heading towards. Just take an approach on Bitcoin, because eventually Bitcoin is going to lead this market. And of course, what is going to be important for today, yeah, bearish divergence on Bitcoin weekly. Oh, it's on the weekly time frame you're talking about. So yeah, on the weekly time frame, yeah, we have been seeing a bearish divergence on Bitcoin, but like the divergence on several time frames are way different, right? So if you're going to look at the divergence on the 1 hour time frame, it's likelier to see the market right away come down from off that point. If you're going to see one on the daily time frame, it's as well likely to see it, of course, in a pretty quick pace coming down here. But if you're seeing one on the weekly time frame, it could be taking weeks before you're going to see a significant continuation from that point. Of course, we have been looking at the bearish divergence at this point as well, what was getting us bearish at the point. But I mean, as well, here in 2017, we were creating here in bearish divergence, and we came down here, then we moved up again. So I should be approaching it like this here once again. Yeah, we came down from the bearish divergence. That is true. But right now, what you should be doing, and what if we're going to be increased from this point here, I mean, this bearish divergence from the highs here, indeed, on the weekly time frame, we have been forming a bearish divergence. I mean, not necessarily. I mean, if you're going to be approaching this as a bearish divergence, that's not true. Because how you approach the divergence from the highs here is always from the previous peak here. And the previous peak has been setting a higher high in the price section. So no bearish divergence over there. And if you're going to look at the price section right now, you can clearly see hidden bullish divergence getting formed here. So there's currently no bearish divergence getting formed on the weekly time frame, because otherwise I can say, okay, here we formed a bearish divergence, so the market is going to go down over here. That's not how it works here. No, the bearish divergence already played out before, and since the bearish divergence over there played out here, we are right now not seeing a bearish divergence on the weekly time frame. Right now forming a bullish divergence and not a bearish divergence, because if I'm going to look at bearish divergence from 2017, it doesn't mean it's going to be playing out right now here, right? So just look at the exact time of where you're right now at. Don't look back towards what happened 6 months ago, because that bearish divergence from 6 months ago is not valid right now. You have to look at what is right now happening on the charts. So no, there's no bearish divergence at all playing out here. And don't try to create FUD here, because we're seeing currently hidden bullish divergence. And if you're going to be approach this from high towards low here, this is not bearish divergence, because just search up on how to read bearish divergence on Google, or just go to the description. You can see a book here about technical analysis here. You can read that book, and you can read over there is that a bearish divergence is not valid if you're going to be reading it from previous highs here. You always should compare. You should compare towards the previous highs, and not like if we're going to compare it from the high over here, we're forming 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to compare it from 4 highs ago, and that's not how it works with bearish divergence. So please take that into consideration. Otherwise, we're still forming always a bearish divergence, because in March 2013 we were of course 99 on the index. So please take that into consideration. That's very important to know right now. So yeah, if the market is right now going to increase from this point, and let's say market is going to form a high, and right now we're going to form a lower high in the RSI, this is going to be a bearish divergence. This is how a bearish divergence does look like. It's not a bearish divergence if we're going to then see a spike towards the upside here, as well as spike in the price section. This is just healthy price structure. You're not going to compare it here towards December 2020. So market is right now looking particularly good here. I do not think there's a real big reason to worry, especially on the weekly time frame. We're looking very strong instead of bearish, in my opinion. So I'm looking forward towards it. What we're going to get. You also hold. Yeah, I told you all it's a bullish divergence. Yeah, right, that's true. It's a hidden bullish divergence. And for everyone who doesn't know it yet, here on the left side of the screen here, you can see exactly how divergences are made here. You can see the hidden bullish divergence, hidden bearish divergence, and the regular divergence as well here. So please do look at this. And as well, someone is saying there isn't bullish divergence on the monthly time frame. I mean, the monthly time frame as well. Monthly time frame is a clear bearish divergence. This is clearly lower high, higher high. So this is a clear bearish divergence. That's something that we can't deny, of course. But indeed, depending on when the monthly candle is going to close, we're going to create a hidden bullish divergence on the monthly time frame. So that is as well looking pretty interesting. So yeah, we just have to wait and see how it's going to close here, because yeah, you can only call for such kind of a divergence if the candle is closed here and not before it is closed yet here. So let me see what we're going to get here. But someone is saying here, Dente is saying, everyone is praying for lower targets, but don't cry if you get left behind here. Always accumulate. And I think that's a very good strategy and a very good saying, because don't cry indeed if you get left behind here, because everyone is always praying for lower prices in the correction, because most likely the people that are right now praying for lower prices did panic sold a little bit of their Bitcoin because they are willing to be buying back cheaper. That is always how it is here. That's always how it goes here. So please be careful. Do your own research, but yeah, never get left behind. Always make sure to accumulate at least a little bit here. Just dollar cost average in towards the market, and you could be taking a very good position on it. So let me as well go over Ethereum real quickly, because yeah, Ethereum trying to recover as well here, but right now Ethereum has got some struggles here, of course. So Ethereum, previous resistance over here, support, break below it, resistance. So Ethereum is right now retesting a previous level of very strong support and resistance as resistance again here today. So that is pretty interesting. But guys, before I go further into the content, don't forget to right away slap up that like button. If you haven't already slapped up the like button, make sure to do so right now here. It will be truly appreciated if you're going to be smashing it up right now here. I see right now we got 1, 2, 3 likes there, so hopefully we could be smashing up towards 200. Will be truly appreciated if you're going to be slapping up the like button right now here if you haven't already. And yeah, let's go and slap it up towards my towards that 200 like target here, guys. It will be truly appreciated if we can do so today here. And of course, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel as well, don't forget to do so, because subscribing to the channel is going to be definitely highly appreciated. But yeah, on Ethereum right now, what we can currently see, Ethereum has been forming resistance on the highs over here, previous resistance over here, flipping into support over here, flipping into resistance right now here. That's pretty unfortunate to see, but it is what it is right now. So yeah, that's pretty interesting to see in terms of momentum. Yeah, and a lot of divergence getting formed here. Pretty regular momentum currently getting formed on the market on Ethereum. If we're going to look at the 4-hourly candles, yeah, I'm going to remove all the drawings for a second, and we can clearly see this market is right now moving up in a very quick downtrend here, while we are, of course, clearly forming lower highs along the way down here. And while we are forming these lower highs here, yeah, we are forming and lower low structure as well, of course, like you can clearly see. This could be resulting in, of course, some kind of a falling wedge structure, because it looks to be that the lows are diminishing and the highs as well. So this is going to be most likely running towards an apex at some time, and we're going to be choosing a direction as well at some time of recording. As soon as we're going to choose a direction, yeah, this could be leaning towards massive price volatility towards either direction, and it's going to be pretty interesting to see how it's going to be playing out over here. But personally, yeah, it looks to be that Ethereum US dollar is right now, yeah, coming in towards an apex, and most likely the 4-hourly is going to choose the direction. On the 4-hourly RSI, yeah, we're not seeing anything special playing out here, and probably if we're going to be opening the MACD, we can see some special things here. And like I already thought here, you can clearly see MACD is forming higher lows here on the histogram. Price action still forming lower lows. So what this basically is reflecting right now here is that we are losing sell pressure. We're losing sell pressure, but the price action still continuously comes down here. So, well, Ethereum is losing sell pressure on the 4-hourly candles. The price still goes down here. So what does it mean? What does it basically mean here? It does mean that the market reversal is going to be very close. Market reversal is very close here in terms of the 4-hour trend here. This trend is about to shift towards the upside. So is this a good buy range over here? I will say yes. Could we see another leg down before moving up? Yes, for sure, we can see so. But this is a very good accumulation price for the coming week ahead of ourselves, yes, because it's the 4-hourly time frame. So probably the coming 3 to 4 days are going to look a little bit more bullish here in the market here for Ethereum, and of course as well for Bitcoin. But yeah, it looks like very good accumulation here on the 4-hourly time frame. That is the signal that we do get here right now. Of course, 1-hour time frame is maybe on the immediate short term looking a little bit worse here, because we're about to form a hidden bearish divergence. But so far, yeah, still everything is looking okay here. Everything is still looking good here, to be honest. So we can clearly see previous resistance right now, support flipping into resistance. So let's see if we could be potentially break through that level. But so far, yeah, we're trying to climb back up higher. But compared to Bitcoin, our valuation is dropping off massively. Ethereum is losing a lot of strength against Bitcoin again. But personally, what we are still waiting for is for Bitcoin to flip bullish again here. Because yeah, as soon as Bitcoin does finally flip bullish again here, this could be leading towards this continuation towards the upside again for the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin chart. So Ethereum compared to Bitcoin, by the way, is right now retracing here from those highs here. So Ethereum compared to Bitcoin, downward slope resistance line, like you can clearly see over here, horizontal level of previous major resistance, and we're right now seeing this massive decreasement from the highs here. And since we're right now seeing this massive decreasement from the highs here, it looks to be that this level could be providing us a major amount of support, because if the market is going to come down towards this range here, this could be leading, of course, towards the market finding very strong support on a previous resistance target, what could be then lead towards a massive spike towards the upside. So yeah, is this a good level for accumulation? I will be saying yes. So is Ethereum compared to Bitcoin looking a little bit stronger right now in terms of, yeah, buying it at the highs than right now? I will be once again say yes. So yeah, market is looking pretty interesting right now here. Market is looking, compared to Bitcoin, pretty strong, to be honest, if we're going to come down towards that level. So yeah, I'm looking forward towards the accumulation that we're going to get generated from up this point. And I personally think we could be making some very good profits out of Ethereum right now in the coming days ahead of ourselves here. So yeah, we can clearly identify right now that the 4-hour time frame is a good buy range. Of course, the daily time frame could be still have some resistance, but as soon as we do close the daily candle above of this range here, yeah, that's going to be the turning point for the market. What could be then, of course, result in some more significant price surges towards higher ranges again. So that's the thing that I'm right now really looking forward towards, and also a thing that I'm looking forward towards is my Bitcoin trade here, and where it is heading towards, because yeah, I personally think that this is going to be one of the most legendary trades here that we have took here. Of course, a similar trade like we took here in September. So looking forward towards to make some very good profits here. And if you do want to be making these profits as well here, yeah, I'm completely transparent with all my trades here. So if you want to be trading as well the Bitcoin market, don't forget to check out BYBIT here in the link description. BYBIT will be offering you a $4,100 deposit bonus. And if you want to be checking that out here, you can be finding it here in the link in the description here right now here. So make sure to check it out here. But of course, what I always say here is that if you're going to trade the market, especially as well as a beginner, if you want to be trading the market, don't going to be trading on the 1 hour. Don't never trade on, I mean, you can trade on the 1 hour. It's not bad. But especially if you're beginning, don't start trading on the 1 hour. Don't start trading on the 4 hour. I mean, 4 hour you could be starting to trade on. I think it's very good to do so because I like the 4 hour. But if you really want to be, if you're really starting with trading as well here, start with the daily. Start with swing trading, because what works the best for me, and I'm just purely saying to you guys what for me has been the most profitable strategy while trading, was swing trading. Because swing trading is easy. Swing trading is low risk, high reward. And that is what I love. I love low risk, high rewards, and that is the reason why I love swing trading. And of course, there are a lot of people that are right now in major doubts about, no, the market is not going up, and maybe people are still afraid to be accumulating their Bitcoin at cheap prices. What I don't understand here, because in every single drop off, guys, I've been here in the market for 5 years already, even almost 6 years. The next year is going to be the 6th year that I've been in the market. And one thing that I took with my experience here is that once there's a drop off, there were so many people that are going to call for a bear market, but every single time these people call for a bear market, or people call for, oh, this is a bad time, sell your Bitcoin right now because Bitcoin is getting lower, because always are people that are going to be anticipate lower and lower targets. Because while we were trading on 69K, everyone wished for accumulating around 50K. Then we were on 50K and people are still waiting. No, I want to be buying on 40K. I want to be buying on 38K. I mean, come on, when is the time that you're going to be buying? And when is the time that you're going to be accumulating? And of course, if you want to be finding out about all the things that we said about why this is a good time for accumulating, go back into the beginning of the stream here, because in the beginning of the stream, we explained everything about Bitcoin, why it is right now looking so good and why it is looking so interesting to accumulate your positions over here right now here. So I'm very much looking forward towards how it's going to be playing out here. And of course, what I do love the most here is that we're always taking this journey on together, because together we can crush this market like crazy. So James Mack is saying, good morning, Rover. Good morning, man, here. So looking forward towards it. So wasting your money on market cipher, and you, I mean, I don't know, I'm going to judge you by those things here, but indeed the MACD is a very good free indicator, and it can help you a lot here. And of course, guys, let me quickly see. I don't have an update yet here, but my developer said that this week here, so right now it's Wednesday, but this week my own indicator will be finished. And like I said several times here before on the channel, my indicator will be completely for free here. I will be not asking you guys any money for it. So if you want to be, of course, join me with this free indicator that is going to be called Rover Trends. This indicator is basically all the momentum indicators combined in one big indicator that's going to help you to analyze the market. But of course, you could be eventually as well do it with your own indicators in the charts here, but it's only making it a little bit more simple for you guys to help to read the market and to get bullish or bearish signals, you know. So very much looking forward towards the indicator that we are building for you guys. And of course, the loveliest part about it is that it is completely free here. And of course, because we're going to just give something back towards the channel here to you guys out there. So I've got some more things in development right now here, because I've been right now investing in the background in a lot of new stuff here for my viewers, for you guys out there, for a lot of new features that you guys can use here as well. Like I'm working on an extra site where you can get all kinds of stuff here and all kinds of information. So there's going to come a lot of stuff here, and you know what's the best part about it? Everything that I'm going to give here, and everything and every service I'm trying to giving to you guys out there is going to be free, because I don't like to ask for money. I don't like to ask you guys money for for like stuff of indicators whatsoever. No, I'm going to bring everything back to you guys for free, because I like to give something back to you guys and the viewers, because yeah, I mean, I can already thank you guys enough here, so that's the reason why I give always free stuff back to you guys as well. I try to do at least a giveaway every single month, at least one giveaway. And of course yesterday, this lucky guy over here, I don't know where it is, James, he was the lucky winner of the giveaway, and he won $500. So so far I've not checked my DMs yet, but we'll be doing it in a second. But yeah, make sure to send me a DM if you're watching right now here. Yeah, congratulations, man, congratulations. So $500, that's a very easy $500 that you made today. So make sure to send me the DM. New Orleans, it's right at 0.0345. That's pretty early, man. Come on. So yeah, I do love it. 90% of Bitcoin is mined. Extremely scarce. Indeed, it's extremely scarce. Check come record. So I don't like the coin. It's like the Elon Musk pump coin, right? Yeah, it's like the Elon Musk pump coin. It's not on trading view. So I mean, don't buy this coin. This coin is a shit coin. I should never buy this token. I should always stay away from it. It had like a 400 million market cap, so that's like a 40x, sorry, 20x from here on. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. I think it's a shit coin. I think you should stay away from it, and I should not buy it. I mean, I think it's not a good coin. But yeah, let's see what it's going to be doing here. But it looks to be like just like a meme coin. So I mean, I can check it, but I can not really talk a lot about it, because yeah, I can't even look into the charts here. So Backsoft is saying, hey, what do you think about Near Protocol? Near Protocol is a pretty good coin here. Very strong technology chart, looks good here. I mean, Near Protocol is a good coin. It's definitely no doubt a good coin as well. The rise of Near Protocol is likely to expect here, but the only reason what I do like a little bit less here is right now they have not got a bridge yet here towards, let's say, different chains here. They're right now built on the BP20 chain, of course the Binance Smart Chain, and what we can see with a lot of Binance Smart Chain coins here is that they recently have been started performing so good here, just like HLD. You know why I'm a little bit scared for Binance Smart Chain coins here? Because I heard from developers, and of course there were some news articles coming out as well here about it, is that these Binance Smart Chain coins do have a lot of security breaches. So that's of course not so good here. That's not so nice. So yeah, that's the only thing I dislike about it. But yeah, so far it's having a very good climb towards the upside. And let me as well look at the charts real quickly. I think it's not a bad token at all here. It's about, oh, look at the spike here it got today. It pumped up like crazy. It shoot up like an approximately 94% in 1 hour, and it came down already very quickly from it. So like you can see, it was a 1 minute buy order, so it was a pretty big buy order that we gained in the market. 92% surge on the market in a very rapid pace, and afterwards we came down already from it. So there was a pretty crazy amount of pressure that came from the market. But of course, since the July low, we're approximately 255% up here, what is pretty significantly. It's pretty big gain that you made on the market, and so far, yeah, it has been not really gone exponential yet here. And if you're looking to downward slope resist line, yeah, we could be looking at this phase over here, and we could be maybe look for some kind of an descending broadening wedge here. And of course, descending broadening wedge still has got a bullish outcome here on the market. So I'm very much looking forward towards how this is going to be playing out, and what kind of an effect this will be having on the market. So I'm looking forward towards what Near is going to do here. Downward slope resist line, downward slope support line. It's in the consolidation phase here. Most likely, this buy order that we got generated over here could be having a wider positive effect, because it shows the interest in the market is there. Yeah, of course, if we're going to look at the previous resistance from all-time highs right now flipping into support, so this is a very strong level that we're so far holding on towards. And personally, if we're going to look at good accumulation ranges, that's going to be for sure around this range over here, and it clearly does shows us that this is going to be a very strong level that you could start to be accumulating on if we're going to come down all the way, of course, once again. So I'm looking right now, very much forward towards where this token is heading towards. But as soon as we do break this downward slope resistance line on the daily time frame, this could be looking very good, and this could be resulting in a continuation towards the upside. But of course, that will be only happening if we're going to see that level getting broken. If we're going to look at the 4-hour time frame, you can see a significant spike here. You can see a very significant spike, and that's the thing that I'm looking forward towards. Of course, you can clearly see resistance getting formed over here, support as well getting formed several times on this level. For a candle previously got closed above it, so that's of course looking a little bit more good here. So very strong level of support or resistance that we're already trading above. So retest of this level QBs will once again allow you an accumulation range for the token. But yeah, so far looking pretty interesting, forming a higher low right now in the market. Higher lows, higher highs getting formed could be looking very good right now here. But of course, we have to take out the high over here in order to create a trend up here, because otherwise we're going to create a consolidation trend. So yeah, let's just wait and see what's going to be playing out. But of course, on the bigger scale, you're going to look at what kind of a project it is here, and what is the use case. And of course, if we're going to look at the technology behind it, is of course a good coin. So most likely it's going to see a continuation towards the upside. EGLD is pumping non-stop. Let me see on EGLD. I mean, EGLD is indeed pumping very well here on the past few hours, like you can see. So it moved up from the low. It moved up from the low to the high here, already 25%. So that's a pretty decent pump that we got here on the market. Pretty decent pump, to be very honest. So yeah, looking forward towards what we're going to get from this point. So 25% getting generated. We're forming a downside resistance line from the highs here. This level got broken right now here, and is forming a continuation up. So far, yeah, it looks pretty interesting what we're forming. Of course, it looks to be that we have been in a very significant downtrend, but right now we're finally curving back up. Of course, these are the first baby steps that we're forming. But of course, like you can see, we were retracing back towards the previous all-time high, like you can see on the left side of the screen over here. This previous all-time high level was, of course, going to be for sure provide us very strong support, like it did over here, and like it once again did over here. So yeah, very nice to see. So, but what we have to be doing right now for EGLD to see a continuation towards the upside getting generated from this point is, of course, this 285 towards 294 barrier getting broken. And like you can see over here, resistance, support, or resistance from the past is right now once again going to be providing us once again a lot of resistance as well here. So I'm looking forward towards what we're going to get from this EGLD level here, and hopefully we could be seeing a breakthrough while Bitcoin starts to be curving up again here. By the way, Bitcoin is getting bought up very quickly. We'll be checking it out in a second here again. But yeah, it's looking pretty good for EGLD here. But as soon as we do break the daily top side of resistance, they could be looking for a very good continuation towards the upside. So looking very good here, looking very amazing, and definitely can't wait to see how it's going to be playing out. But right now, guys, we're going to look at the chart on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is for sure right now curving back up, what is of course looking particularly beautiful. So we create a big wick on the lower side, and right now we're starting to be curving up right away from this point. So I'm looking forward towards what we're going to get from here on. But yeah, this indeed does look very strong right now for the Bitcoin price action, and so far, yeah, it looks very interesting, of course, what we do get over here. But yeah, guys, if you do want to be as well trade on BYBIT whatsoever, don't forget to check out the link in the description right now here, of course. Yeah, you will be getting allowed to be trading the cryptocurrency market here, and you will be getting $4,100 deposit bonus. So that's pretty cool, of course, to get here, because this deposit bonus is a limited time bonus here, the biggest bonus they have ever given. So pretty crazy, pretty interesting bonus we got out there, of course. So yeah, I mean, personally, what I do really want to be seeing with Bitcoin sounds very weird. I want to be seeing Bitcoin plummeting down very quickly from this point, because you know what I want here? I want to be accumulating more Bitcoin at lower prices. So I would love to see so. I already accumulate a lot of Bitcoin here, but still, for my trade, I would love to see the market going even further down, because it will be allowing me to scoop up more cheaper Bitcoin. That's of course the thing that I do like to be buying here, because what is a better buy than buying cheap Bitcoin? I mean, there's definitely nothing better than buying cheap Bitcoin. I just like buying cheap Bitcoin a lot here. So still waiting for that, but probably it's not going to really happen here to see the market coming down so much further from this point. But for sure, still pretty interesting what we're going to get. For sure, very, very interesting what we're going to get from this point. So yeah, let me see what the chat is right now saying here. Let me enable these like this. Yeah. Oh yeah, guys, let's go. Medic is too strong. Medic is so far doing pretty good, right? It's trading below $2. It's trading, yeah, it was trading against $2 basically. You can see it has been forming a very beautiful upper slope support line. Medic is doing a very good job here. Have distributed 10% of my portfolio of 10% of my Medic holdings here on daily resistance. So far has been a very good call. But still, We're in a very strong trend up here, and of course, as soon as we are going to close the daily resist line with a daily candle close above it, I mean, I can tell you already one thing, and that's that Matic is going to create a massive continuation. Matic is going to create such kind of continuation you're probably not going to be expecting, and it's going to be a very nice one. It's going to be lead towards a lot of continuation towards the upside. So definitely very exciting what we do see right now in Matic, and I can't wait to see how it's going to be playing out here. But I'm looking forward towards it. Matic is a good hold in my opinion, and of course the reason why I do think Matic is once again spiking and shooting up towards higher levels here is because the merge got delayed on Ethereum. So as long as the merge will be getting delayed here more and more and more, and as long as they are going to be taking more time till they are going to deliver that product here, Ethereum, yeah, it's going to be resulting in Matic having, of course, this more search towards taking more market share, of course, because market shares from these layer 2 solutions, of course, are going to be only growing as long as the merge will be getting delayed here. So as soon as the merge does come out here on the market, I personally do really think like tokens like Matic is going to be having a little bit more of a harder time here. So is Matic a good long-term investment for the coming 2 years or so? No, I don't necessarily think so. But for the coming, let's say 6 months ahead of ourselves, is it going to be a good buy? I think yes. I think that Matic is still going to perform very good here. So yeah, I'm looking forward towards what we're going to get from this point. But guys, in 5 minutes from now on, we're going to get the 1 hour candle close. So let's see what we're going to get here. How can we claim the BYBIT deposit bonus? If you deposit, yeah, you have to go to their site, and I think if you go to, let me see, where can you see that? I mean, you get like an, oh, here, your notification on the right top side, you get like, if you deposit, let's say, I don't know exactly how much here, you get, you just search up on Google, BYBIT deposit bonus. Let me search deposit bonus. Yeah, BYBIT deposit bonus. You have the official site, and you can see deposit bash. Yeah, you can, there you can see it. So if you just search up on Google BYBIT deposit bonus, you see the site, and there you can see the reward table, and there you can as well claim it. So yeah, and otherwise I think it's getting distributed to your account automatically. So it's pretty good. And by the way, BYBIT is right now as well adding USDC pairs, and of course they're having a lot of pairs quoted in Bitcoin for spot. Of course, also a lot of USDT spot pairs. I mean, look at this, how much spot pairs they're implementing. I mean, they've got so much tokens here as well for spot. So BYBIT is not growing as a leverage trading exchange anymore. It's growing as well as a major spot exchange. So if you want to be accumulating any spot tokens here, just go to their site here, because yeah, you could be literally accumulate everything. So if you want to be buying or just holding your Bitcoin on it as well, it's pretty good to do so. You could be doing it as well over here, and of course you could be trading futures, you could be trading perpetual contracts or USD tether contracts. You could be trading literally all metaverse tokens. What are doing pretty good here, of course. So yeah, looking forward towards it. Pop up the YouTube channel. Let's go. ADA will be boom in one go. Let's check out on ADA, of course. I mean, ADA has been trading pretty low here, has been consolidating, and has been looking to be finding some kind of a bottom here. Of course, if we're going to look at the weekly time frame, the daily time frame, we can clearly see that the MACD strength has been really decreasing here. So you can see MACD has been forming higher low, higher low, higher low. And right now as well, RSI has been forming higher lows. What we are seeing, of course, the MACD, of course, forming these higher lows. Price action has to still be continuously coming down here on the Cardano price section. So MACD is, of course, increasing while the price action coming down here. Of course, we have been hearing this story several times before. And of course, we do know once we're seeing this structure, it basically means here is that we're seeing the selling pressure disappearing from the market, but price action still keeps continuously going lower. What is most likely going to result in a massive trend reversal, because yeah, the sellers are literally getting exhausted. That is what this chart is telling us. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward towards what is going to be playing out here, and I can't wait to see how it's going to go here for sure from this point. Guys, by the way, I'm still waiting for my new microphone. I got my new microphone over here, but right now I unfortunately, like, the package was not completely delivered. So right now I'm still waiting for 2 more pieces till it's going to be arriving. So maybe tomorrow or the day after I can finally use my new microphone, my new setup, and it's going to be a pretty good one, because I've got like a complete setup. I bought like, I don't know if you know it, like cloud filter and everything that, with it, so it will be a very, very good sound, and I definitely am looking forward towards getting that, and we'll be there anytime soon here, guys, so make sure to stay prepared for that. I'm looking forward towards it. Rover, do you know the Simpsons showing a dollar deflation in December 2021 that hangs all markets? Oh man, no, you got to be kidding me. I mean, the Simpsons can't be right again here. I mean, that's pretty scary, you know, how many times the Simpsons has been right here. Yeah, of course they're going to try to make the dollar deflationary for sure. That's the only way to save the dollar, because otherwise it's fucked, you know, of course. But of course, if we're looking at like the US, what they're doing right now here, the US is buying more and more assets. That's literally what they're doing behind the screen. So. They do know as well what's going on right now here. They do know that the dollar is basically fucked as a world reserve currency. But of course, they want to be staying the world reserve currency. So they're trying to be making it deflationary. So I'm very curious if they could do so. Personally, I definitely think it's not going to be so easy for them to do so. But yeah, for sure, they're going to try to give everything. But yeah, if we're going to look at the dollar index, still trading particularly high here. It came down yesterday, quickly came up again. So nothing very special playing out on the dollar index right now, to be honest. So hopefully we could be seeing a plunge down, getting created on this one as well. Let me quickly check up on the stock market. Stock market, of course, came down as well very quickly again from yesterday. So stock market, of course, had a little bit of a harder time yesterday, but right now it's still trading on very close stage from all-time highs here. It's just a few percent away from all-time highs here, if I said correctly. It's 2% away from all-time highs, so particularly close here. This could be, yeah, of course, recover pretty quickly again here. So I think it's looking good here for the stock market. Most likely continuation is going to be here. So yeah, pretty exciting for the stock market out there. So we closed the 1 hour candle, and right now we printed another one. And of course, for the 4 hour candle right now, we are exactly, let me quickly see this, 2 hours away before printing this new 4 hour candle, and of course closing the current one. So 4 hour candle close are usually, of course, the most important hour closes that we are going to get here on the market. So personally, yeah, I'm very much looking forward towards what we're going to get from off this point. But yeah, for 1 hour candle close is here. So far, have we been seeing a clear breakthrough of the resistance box that we're trading against? No, we have not seen that yet here. So for me, on right now, still waiting for a clear breakthrough of this level to create a continuation towards the upside from off this level. So that's the thing that I'm looking forward towards. 48.5k is the level of trading on right now, and of course where we want to be seeing the 1 hour candle close is above the 48.6k, because if we can close above the 48.6k, that is going to be showing us that we're going to be officially breaking through this resistance line here, and that could be leading towards a continuation up here. But to be honest, if we're as well going to look at the lower time frames, this could be looking like some kind of a W structure, right? So let me remove all the drunks for a second. Like you can see over here, low getting formed here, higher low getting formed over here, and they were forming, of course, this horizontal neckline, and they were right now retesting this horizontal neckline, and this looks like something like a W structure, right? So I'm pretty interested on how this is going to be playing out here. Pretty interested on how it's going to be having a continuation from this point. But yeah, previous 30-minute candle, yeah, did retest this level, so maybe this is going to be the candle that's going to be right now create the continuation up here. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about what we're currently seeing, and I'm pretty excited about where the market is right now heading towards from up this point. But personally, yeah, I do think and I do believe that we could be seeing a continuation from of this range getting formed here, if we're going to really look as well at these lower time frames right now here. So yeah, very much looking forward towards where we are heading towards right now, and hopefully we could be seeing a very beautiful candle today on this candle that we're right now trading on. Let me see what we're having. Cody Gilbert. Big meeting today in the U.S. for Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve about tapering inflation and decreasing money supply. And that's true. That's the meeting is today here, and of course that big meeting in the U.S. To temper, to be tapering the inflation and decreasing money supply is very important, because yeah, we do know that the increasing money supply in the U.S. is a big problem, and that is the reason why we basically invest in Bitcoin, because we invest in Bitcoin because we want to be hedging against the inflation. So if they're really going to be finding a solution, where I do not think that they're going to be finding a very good short-term solution, especially because we're still in the middle of this pandemic, and I don't know if this pandemic is ever going to be ending here, but if they're going to be tapering inflation, a lot of people will be starting to even still get bored, because they will be not getting some cuts that they do get right now here, because they have to be a little bit, they will be probably spend less here on the market, so it will be having bearish effects on the financial and of course the economic system in the world. But yeah, if it's going to be very bad for the US, and of course, if the inflation is very hard to counter right now, it's going to be good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin probably is going to be having a very green day here. But let's say they do find very good solutions, and they're going to say, "Oh, we're going to do this and this to stop the money supply growing," and etc. etc. It's going to be working. It's going to be having, of course, a little bit more of a bearish edge on Bitcoin. So today could be a pretty big day here, and literally today we could be seeing a 1 hour candle. We're going to see, of course, a 10% bump here, or maybe a 10% dump here. We could be literally see everything happening today. Today is a very, very important one, and it's not fun or whatsoever, but it's just very, very important. It's just we have to be looking about what it is going to do here, and the Fed meeting is going to be having all the effect on the market today here. We'll be sending it towards the absolutely moon today, or we'll be absolutely sending it towards the ground today. So it's going to be very interesting what it's going to be doing. And again, someone let me know here about how late it exactly is here, or what time it is here, because I do not found that yet here. So pretty interesting. The real interest is still negative, so we still have massive inflation after tapering. I mean, that's true. It's true. There's still a lot of inflation, and it's not so easy to stop here, in my opinion. By the way, funding rate is pretty neutral. 75% realistic win rate. It's a 75% realistic win rate for trades. I mean, yeah, depending what your strategy is. If you have a very low risk strategy, yeah, you could be for sure have a 75% win rate. Usually traders are, let's say, 50-50, 60-40. That's a very good rate. But I've been like in a streak where I did like 20 trades, and I had like more than 90% win rate. I've got like some streaks here. Like in July, June and July, I had a very good win rate in terms of trades, because it was as well easier to trade the market because there was less open interest in there. If there's less open interest in the market, you usually get less manipulation. It's 2 EST. Let me quickly check up. Oh, it's like 8 for my. Okay, so that's like in 9 hours from now on. It's like in 9 hours from now on, we're going to be having the meeting. Is Polkadot Chain like a good investment? I think, yeah, those are very, very good investments. Polkadot not necessarily right now, I think, because the Polkadot hype is already a little bit occurred, but I think Chainlink is a very good investment right now. You know what, Chainlink is also not going to disappear, because the Oracle network, they need it. Almost every single cryptocurrency uses Chainlink, literally. Almost every one of them uses it. So that's the reason why I do think that Chainlink is a very good investment. But yeah, the meeting is going to be in like 9 hours from now on. Maybe I'm going to be affording to do a stream real quickly on the evening here later today. Once they do have the meeting, because probably it will be, yes, will create a lot of price action, and will be creating a lot of volatility in the market. And of course, those are times that I want to be there. The Fed meeting will be positive, of course, depending what you think is positive. Is it positive that they're going to save the dollar, or is it going to be positive for Bitcoin that they are going to be plummeting the dollar? Can I buy Bitcoin right now? You can always buy it whenever you want. Exactly, it's about 10 hours from now. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, 9 hours, 10 hours from now on. So indeed, yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm looking forward towards what we're going to get. Do you truly see Ethereum overtaking Bitcoin? Eventually, yes. I think eventually Ethereum will be to overtake Bitcoin. Because, yeah, Bitcoin is, of course, the store of value of the whole network. But Ethereum is like, if there's going to be, the blockchain is going to be getting brought towards real world use cases, it's going to be Ethereum that's going to take over. And, of course, Ethereum will be as well deflationary assets. So, in terms of holding perspective, there are going to be a lot of investors looking to be accumulating more Ethereum. Because why shouldn't you hold the biggest deflationary asset out there in the world? I mean, that's for me a thing that I do want to be holding, at least. I mean, everyone has their own opinion about those kinds of things here, but I think, yeah, Ethereum could be for sure. I mean, next year, I'm not necessarily saying it has to be next year, but there is a chance that Ethereum is going to overtake Bitcoin next year, in terms of course, market cap. Because you know why? Right now, Ethereum is already approximately 60% of Bitcoin's market share right now, maybe 55. Let's say 55% of Bitcoin's market share is right now Ethereum. But next year, Ethereum is going to become deflationary. So I think there's going to be way more hype coming towards Ethereum, and Ethereum could be for sure a shake up, let's say 70 towards 80%. I think next year, Ethereum will be trading on 80% of the Bitcoin market cap. So I personally, if we're going to look at the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin dominance, we're going to see a massive rise in that case. So I'm looking forward towards it. It will be overtaking, yes, next year. I mean, not necessarily. Is there a big chance? Yes, there's a big chance. Why is the big chance there? Is because Ethereum will become the biggest deflationary asset, and a lot of people still don't wait. A lot of people still don't see that. So I'm looking forward towards it. What's your vision on the market? Will Bitcoin be Q1? Where will be Bitcoin trading on the Q1 next year? I mean, I will be not necessarily give an exact target. Like I've said several times before, the market is maturing, so it's very hard to predict where the market is going to stand in exactly 3 months from now, right? But if we're going to look at like how the market is going to be most likely to move here, I think it's going to be moving up in waves. It's not going to go as so exponential, so fast as we do think right now, is what I think. I think we're going to, let's say, the next stop is going to be 60K again. The lowest, maybe we could first go to 80K, then come down again. And it could be taking quite a while till we're going to see a surge up here. It could be maybe take till the end of 2022 here before we're going to reach the 100K target. I think we could see some kind of structures, right? It's very hard to make an exact prediction. I think it's as well stupid to make an exact prediction. Just like some people that like, okay, on the 16th of March, we're going to trade on 100K. No, that's not going to be happening. You have to be like, anticipate what is going to be happening. And I don't know how, let's say Bitcoin is right now going to shoot up in a straight line towards 90K. But I don't know how the open interest is going to look at 90K. I don't know what the funding rates are going to look like on 90K. That all those kinds of things are going to make up my opinion on the market once we're trading on 90K. I can't make up my opinion on the market if it's going to get a correction on 90K. I can't make up my opinion if the market is going to make a correction on 80K, because those things, you can't anticipate it anymore, because the market is maturing. The market is becoming different like it was in 2017, in 2018, in 2019, 2020. This market is a complete different market. It looks to be like, in terms of trading perspective and in terms of how you approach trades, it's completely different than 4 years ago. And that's the reason why it is so hard to predict where Bitcoin will be exactly standing in, let's say, 3 or 4 months from now on. And of course, it's very hard to say, okay, we're going to then get a correction or whatsoever, or let's say 90K is going to be the peak, because we don't know if 90K is going to be the peak. Because why don't we know 90K is going to be exact peak here? Because we don't know on how much open interest on that point of recording will be in the market, right? So so extended bull run, I've said it several times before. The market is maturing. So is it necessarily a bull run? No, I don't call the market anymore a bear market or a bull market. No, the market has these mini stages of bear market, bull market, bear market, bull market. I think that is right now what we're seeing, because like 4 years ago in 2013, we were not having open interest. So the market was not seeing these very quick shakeouts towards the downside to shake out leverage, because that was not needed at that point. But right now we do need that, and that's the reason why we get these shakeouts, and of course a lot of weekends distributing in those times here. So no, I do not think that there's going to be a bear market at all here, because why should there be a sudden loss of interest in Bitcoin if the market and if the real world and the real financial system is only getting fucked here? So when you're next in the podcast from Dobby Catch, I don't know. I've never been to a podcast ever before. But right now it's pretty funny. I'm looking to buy an extra house, and over there I'm going to be making as well a studio for myself and a podcast studio. So maybe, of course, it will be taking probably still another 9 months from now on, or 6 months. But I mean, I'm always like looking in towards the future, right? So yeah, maybe in like a year from now on as well, going to do some podcasts, of course, just like some crypto talks, and we're going to be going into certain subjects, and we're going to talk about the subject with some special guests here all over the world, of course. So very institutions perhaps selling to the profits they have been gaining due to the booming early in 2021 for the end of the tax year reporting, and then they redeploy capital first up in the new year. Of course, could be happening. They're going to be for sure companies going to be benefit from it, but also a thing like I am Starbucks. Why should a company distribute their bitcoins for dollars? Well, their dollars are only losing valuation and valuation and valuation. Well, like, you know why the poor stay poor? Because the poor people, they're going to be borrowing money, and they're going to be they're going to be buying a house, they're going to be buying a car, they're going to be buying such kind of stuff here. And you know why the rich get richer? Because the rich buy assets. The rich men out there on the world, they buy assets. Because if you buy assets, you become wealthy. That is how it works. You have to be buying assets. And especially right now, well, the dollar is increasing, or sorry, losing its valuation because yeah, more and more supply is coming in circulation. And the realized inflation is not 6.5%. No, it's around 20 to 25%. That's what the inflation should be here. So prepare yourself for next year. I mean, if they're going to right now, today the chairman is going to say they're going to try to fix the inflation. Next year it will be still around 10% in my opinion, because the money that printed is still, it can't disappear out of nowhere. So there's still going to be a massive amount of inflation next year. And do you really think Bitcoin is going to see a massive decreasement once the inflation still keeps rising? And the easiest way out of the financial situation, or the easiest way out to save your money safely, to hedge against the inflation, is going to be Bitcoin. Just look at Turkey, of course, for the lira, you know. So looking forward towards it. Come live here in The Hague. I mean, with Min Press of now. Let me see. So yeah, looking forward towards it, and for sure, I'm very excited for it. It's only a short term still to realize profit. Once the 1st of January comes here, they will be buying back. I mean, it could be for sure happening. So I'm sorry, it could be for sure happening. It could be for sure happening. Inflation is much more. You read it in the newspapers. Depends on the method of calculation. I mean, I agree, because like that's the point here. Like the reported inflation is like 6.5%, but like we all know that like bricks, like wood, like electricity, those bills and those prices from those things here are absolutely skyrocketing, like above 100%. Like electricity in the USA is like 160%, wood 80%, bricks like as well 80 to 60%, and like food in the supermarket is only 6%, right? So it's like the realized inflation should be 20 to 25% this year, because literally this year there has been a total printed amount of money. And like, let me quickly look towards the M2 money stock for you, you guys, M2 money stock, because totally what they do see right now. And let me go towards the right chart, not this one, not the discontinued one. I want to be having the right one. This is discontinued. Where's the right one? I mean, this is the discontinued one. Where can I find the right one? Yeah, I mean, I can't see it exactly where the right one is here, but of course this is the discontinued money stock. Oh, here's the right one. Yeah, finally, I was not reading it. So the M2 money stock, of course, if you look at what they are printing here, like in 2021 here, this whole year, they printed from 19 to 21, so that is an approximate. There has to be at least a 20% inflation as well in 2020. Like 2020 January we had 15. And the end of 2021 it was like 20, so it's like a 25% inflation for 2020. That should be realized, because that's the amount of money that they printed, right? That's the money that they searched in the market. So it's not likely that like the total money supply is increasing massively, that the inflation is not increasing with it. So there's definitely some things that doesn't add up here, and the realized inflation is way higher than the reported inflation. But of course, you're probably going to be, if you live in the US, of course, doesn't matter where you live here in the Netherlands as well, electricity bills are shooting up, and of course they're going to be blaming it on all kinds of other things here. That's always what happened. They're saying, oh, it's because we're going off the gas or whatsoever. Oh, we're going to shift off the gas, so that's the reason why the prices are just surging 160%. I mean, prices don't surge 160% purely of that. No, the whole world, all the electricity all of the whole world is increasing. It's not only the Netherlands, or it's not only the US, it's everywhere the price of the electricity bills are increasing, because there is inflation all over the world, because the US dollar is the world reserve currency. So yeah, that's the reason why we are seeing these kinds of things happening, and still a lot of people still deny it, and still a lot of people don't want to be seeing it. And of course we see, of course, the bigger picture. We see the majority of the people, there are more and more people falling for Bitcoin, because more and more people are finally realizing that the inflations and the dollars or the euros they're holding on their bank account is absolutely worthless. It's absolutely worthless. So it's very important. The Fed meeting will be shit, because the Congress doesn't understand crypto. I mean, yeah. I mean, they don't understand crypto at all. That's true, but I mean, I'm still very curious. I think still it could be having a very important effect on the market, to be very honest. Many people in Cyprus and Greece saved their life savings when both economics crashed years back. They quickly transferred fiat to Bitcoin and retained their wealth, and that's of course a lovely part. As well for Turkey, the lira. The reason why the Turkish people are right now, some Turkish people are still holding up pretty well, is because purely of Bitcoin. If there was no Bitcoin, they were screwed. Because if you look to the chart of the lira against Bitcoin. Let me look at this. Bitcoin TRY. Yeah, this one. So this is the chart for Bitcoin against the lira. So Bitcoin against the lira is absolutely shooting up. Why is it happening? Because the lira is losing its valuation. And this is going to be the Bitcoin chart against the US dollar eventually as well. Because the US dollar will be losing their valuation, so Bitcoin will be climbing up very quickly. What probably no one will be expecting. So the Bitcoin against the lira is just massively increasing in its value. And why does it happen? Because the lira is just dropping its valuation so quickly, it's becoming worthless. So what is your best hedge against inflation? It's holding Bitcoin. And of course, if you're going to compare like the Turkish lira against Bitcoin, the other way around here, or just compared to USD Tether, you can see clearly it's increased so massively. I mean, the Turkish lira is just is losing just so much valuation, and it's of course not smart to hold. And of course, anything you hold in crypto would have been good here, to be very honest. Because yeah, if you compare to the US dollar compared to the lira, look at this. US dollar is skyrocketing against the lira because the lira is just getting worthless. Because yeah, it is just having hyperinflation, and hyperinflation is just. This is hyperinflation. It goes up, and more exponential, and then bam, it explodes towards the upside. So that's the point. You get rich by borrowing money. Then you find something to hedge against the dollar and pay off the debt and take profits. Assets to hedge dollar debt. I mean, I've been already saying it earlier today. How do the rich get rich, and how do the poor stay poor? Like, the bank loves that you're going to be lending money. Because if you're going to borrow money from the bank, they make money. Because how is money created? Money is created when someone goes to the bank and lends money. Because they press on a button and the money is getting made. Because if you lend money from the bank, that's what they love. Because you print money and they make more money out of it because money is getting printed. And how do the poor then stay poor? And how do the rich keep getting richer? Because the poor stay poor because the poor people are going to be borrowing money at the bank to be buying a car. The poor get poor because they're going to lend money to be buying a house. The poor stay poor because they're going to be borrowing the money at the bank to be all buying some stupid stuff to just obtain their life. Well, the best strategy out there, the best thing, and how literally all the rich people became rich and all the rich investors beat at the game here is because if you're going to be borrowing money at the bank, you're going to be buying assets. You're hedging against the inflation, but you have the amount which you could be investing. So the best strategy and that is literally how the rich get richer, to borrow money and invest it in assets. It's so smart to do so as well right now. Some people say always, no, that's such big of a risk here. You're taking so big of a risk by borrowing money, and you can be having a major debt here in the future, because if your asset is not going to increase in its valuation, you're going to get screwed. But you know what? The inflation is not. It's going to be inflation on the dollar. There's going to be inflation on your assets, and if you know how to cover that, it's so smart, it's so powerful, and that is how the rich get richer and the poor stay poor. That is literally how it works. The rich use their borrowed money at the bank to buy more assets. So how get poor? Borrow money. That's literally how it works. Borrow money. That's literally how it works. So as well as SCC Flooring, welcome to the group here. Hopefully you're going to be hopefully you're going to enjoy your color in the chat here. But of course the banks love that you're going to be lending money. That's literally what they love. Let me see what we're going to get. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Let me see. Yeah, long term is going to be exploding. I mean, we were here for the long term game. We are here for the long-term game, guys. By the way, Bitcoin not doing anything special right now on the 1 hour candle. Came up, came down a little bit further from here on. So for now, a very interesting 1 hour candle. Volatility not extremely high, to be honest. I'm a British guy in Turkey, and they are changing their prices every day here. More expensive since the crash. I mean, yeah, it's likely, of course, the prices are increasing. And why are the prices increasing? Because, yeah, the valuation of the currency is decreasing. So it's very likely. And then the US just increased their debt ceiling by $2 trillion. That will last them about 3 months maximum. Crazy times. I suspect the governments are crashing their currencies on purpose. Yeah, I mean, as well, like, I'm quickly going to search up the chart here. I'm quickly searching up the chart here. But the US is as well buying a lot into stats. The US is as well buying a lot in assets. That's what they are currently doing here in the background. So pretty interesting what they are seeing, what we are seeing right now here. What are we having? Consumer price index as well rising very quickly in the US. So that's pretty interesting, of course. What we can see here on this chart. Let me quickly search this up here. Of course, is that the inflation rate is 6.8 from 6.2 here from November. So yeah, that went up here. The consumer price index as well went up very quickly. But yeah, inflation is just rising very quickly, and it's of course likely that we are seeing this inflation rising so quickly because, yeah, they're printing more money. It's just so simple. It's not so hard to see. Let me see what the chat is saying. How is the euro inflation compared to the dollar? Euros as well. Euro inflation is also pretty quick. Euro inflation was 4.1% in October. So if let me see, this is the euro inflation in. I mean, of course, there in the different countries we have different inflation rates. Of course, like in the Netherlands, this was 3.7, but that's not true. This is October, November 2021. It was like 5.5. But yeah, of course, the inflation rate is indeed shooting up very quickly in Europe as well here. But of course, it's first the US and then usually Europe. So we're like a few months behind. But of course, it will come as well more and more. But yeah, so far, yeah, we do have a lot of inflation. Annual inflation rate is 4.1% in Europe. Sorry, 4.4 right now. So pretty interesting what we do have over here. But you know what? Yeah, it's just pretty interesting what we're going to get here. It's going to be very interesting what we're going to get here. But Europe, of course, still a little bit behind. But you can see energy, it weighs 95. So it weighs not a lot, you know. So that's pretty weird. But yeah, monthly rate is 5.6% inflation for energy. So a lot of yeah, inflation over there on that niche. But yeah, pretty interesting what we're going to have here. Inflation rate is much higher in the US. Yeah, we of course already explained it that the inflation rate should be around to 25% here. But yeah, unfortunately it isn't. Please, can everyone like the video? Yeah, guys, make sure to slap up the like button real quickly on the stream here. If you haven't already slapped up the like button, make sure to do so right now. We'll be truly appreciate if you're going to slap it up right now here. Of course, if you haven't already slapped up the like button, make sure to go below the video right now and smash it up like crazy. I'm praying right now that the Fed is not going to screw us up. I mean, they're not going to screw us up. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think they can. How about that win for Max? I mean, it was amazing, man. What will be the highest Bitcoin dump? I mean, depends on what time frame you're talking about. In one day, I think we saw one very significant one over here. This was in a very significant one, 24% one day. Was it much worse over here? How much percent we got in one day over here? Here we got like 32% of the day. So I think that was one of the craziest one that we got. So yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy we got that. But yeah, still exciting times here, of course, right? Exciting times, but still Bitcoin not breaking through and not able to break through the resistance box above us on the current time of recording. So yeah, let's see how that is going to be playing out over here. Let's see how that is going to be playing out. So let me see if we are having some things to talk about here. US inflation rate 6.8%. Yeah, it is. It's like a 3D print. Anything you need, got you. Very nice. But guys, right now, unfortunately, right now I will be wrapping up the stream. So I will be back later today with another stream here if we're going to see anything interesting playing out on the charts here. So guys, if you do like and if you do enjoy the stream here, don't forget by right away slapping up the like button here on the stream. Of course, I will be back later today if we're going to see any interesting movements in the market. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash up that like button of course as well, and of course if you do enjoy the content, yeah, ring the bell notification as well, so you're not going to miss out on anything. And of course, why you should be as well smash up the bell notification button right now here is because if you're going to be pressing that bell notification button, you will be staying alerted about when we're going to drop out another stream here. Because yeah, later today I will be back with another stream as soon as we're going to get some market volatility. And as soon as we do have maybe some more news about the Fed as well. So I'm looking forward towards it, guys. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.